We're at Brooklyn Grange. It's a rooftop farm in Long Island City. This is the biggest rooftop farm in New York City and probably the biggest one in the world, although we're not 100% sure about that. We grow a lot of things here, mostly vegetables and some flowers. We had about 40 different varieties of heirloom tomatoes this year. We have an additional 50 or so different types of vegetables, lots of conventional things that you'd see at a farm stand like carrots and beets and lettuce and tomatoes, but also some more unusual things like Thai basil, mustard greens, treviso. This season we've been selling produce at 4 weekly farm stands and also to a bunch of restaurants throughout the city. We have 2 farm stands in the lobby of the building where the farm is. We're on the roof, and then the building is full of offices, so we sell to the people who work in the offices. And then we also have farm stands on the weekends at 2 restaurants, one in Queens and one in Brooklyn. In New York City, there's a real lack of ground level space. There are vacant lots, but to rent them, it tends to cost a lot of money, or you could get a short-term lease, but you might have to move in a couple of years because the developer is planning to build on the lot. Whereas rooftop space is largely unused. It's kind of an underexploited resource in the city. So we're just trying to take advantage of space that is less expensive to rent and also that isn't really being used for other purposes. Green roofs have many environmental benefits. Among them are stormwater management. Our green roof holds a lot of stormwater, keeping it from running off into the sewage system. When New York City has big storms, we often have problems with our sewer systems. It'll get backed up because the water just floods the whole system. It also helps to insulate the building against heat and cold, and it protects the roof itself. And then green roofs also help to improve air quality, and they also reduce the heat of the neighborhood. There's something called the heat island effect, which means rooftops will heat up during the day, and then during the night they kind of put off all that heat, and the city never cools down in the summertime. But green roofs help to keep the temperature down. We hit a few snags when we were installing the roof. We neglected to apply for one permit that ended up getting us shut down for a couple days when we were installing. So we had to rush and get the permit submitted so we could keep the installation process going. We're dealing with a pretty tall building here. We're 7 stories up. Had we been on a 1-story building, it would have been a lot easier and quicker to install because the crane wouldn't have had to lift the soil so high. But all things considered, the process was really smooth. This is the first green roof on this scale in the city, and we did a pretty good job considering this is the first of its kind. We're really excited about other people replicating what we've done, and we want to encourage it as much as possible. So we just encourage people to be safe, work with a structural engineer like we did, and make sure that any rooftop that you're building on is structurally sound and capable of bearing the weight of a farm. This is a business, so our plan for the future is to expand and employ more farmers, sell more vegetables, distribute more fresh, local, organic vegetables into the New York City community, and hopefully to watch as the urban agriculture sector grows and flourishes in New York City.